Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. Today it is Friday and usually the markets are a little bit more quiet, but although it's Friday I still have a few very interesting trading setups for you today. The trades that I took yesterday, you can find them on my Instagram in my stories. So if you go to the links in the description, you will find a link to my Instagram and Twitter. Feel free to follow me there. If you want to see what my entry was, what my exit was, the reason to get in and out of the trade, you all find it in my stories on the Instagram. So definitely feel free to check that out. And then without further ado, we are really now going to dive into the chart so I can show you exactly what I have for you. There are a few things that I want to show you. This, first of all, is the BTC USD pair on the hourly. And as you can see, looks like we're kind of making a little bit of a rising wedge. Not very pretty because we had some ranges that were a little bit in and out. But yeah, you could say this is a rising wedge. If we would break out, then let me quickly pull a target. Then let's say we go to the downside, because usually it breaks to the downside, we will approximately come to the top of 2017, which is 19,900. If we're going higher, then we're right away breaking the golden pocket and that box, and we go right away to the top of the range where we also saw multiple rejections. So that is actually quite a nice target. We also went on the macro above the point of control, and this one is important. This happened yesterday, and as you can see, we were kind of above, and then we're kind of fighting with the point of control, and now you can see that we're really above. So if we would go lower, then I do expect this to be resistance. This pause that we're seeing right now is a little bit in a weird spot because it is above the 0.5 of the fib. It is underneath the golden pocket. We're still in this rising wedge, so I do expect a breakout sooner or later. On the hourly also we see a little bit of mixed signals, because we had here all the beautiful bullish divergences with the price going lower, the momentum wave going higher, and the money flow going higher. So that works out fine. And then we're having here this bearish divergence where the momentum wave is going lower, but the price is making new height. So you would say, oh, then we're flipping down again and we're going the other way, but that is not happening. This, you could say, maybe a little bit of a bearish divergence, but not super clear. So on the hourly, this is a little bit confusing. The money flow is still very nice, thick in the green. So if you put a gun against my head, I would say we are first going higher before we're going lower. So far that looks pretty good. Let me quick zoom in on the 15 minute. Let me see what I have there for you. Also here a little bit mixed. The money flow now going lower. Momentum wave is not very clear. Yes, we're going lower, but we have a lot of these dots that go green, red, green, red, green, red. So that's maybe a little bit confusing. Maybe it's also because it's Friday, people are just waiting for a story to follow and then to trade it. On the 4 hourly, we did have that beautiful nice curve to the upside. I did not expect it. As you know, I said some time ago, I thought, well, maybe this first need to have a few of these weird bumps before we're going higher. That doesn't happen. So let's see now how far this goes. Again, the targets are the same as yesterday. Golden pocket for me to the upside, then the box, and then really here the top. Golden pocket around 21,000, then this box is somewhere 21,700, 800, or really the top around 22,000, 23,000 for me, and that is where I will definitely be looking out to short again. There's one other pattern that I want to show you. This is really in a different exchange. I'm just taking a new chart because this is then clean, it's easier to follow. This is very much on the macro BTC USD pair, different indicators, and there you can see that BTC has many times created a falling wedge, and usually these patterns break up to the upside, but then the price reaction is not always as you hope for. Me, this one was beautiful here on the left. This one is also very nice, and this one of course was just ugly. It was actually just a big bear flag, and then we went lower. And now it looks like we are creating again a pattern like this. I already draw it out, as you can see. If we would break out to the upside, what a falling wedge usually does, depends a little bit of course where we are breaking out them, but then we would go somewhere around 36,000 is then the target. Personally, I am not looking at this. Personally, this also would not be really my target, because we are now in very much bear market territory. We have high inflation, we have a lot of intervenence of the central banks and everything. So I think these really macro targets, I think it should be taken a little bit with a grain of salt. So that's why I'm saying I'm not really following this. but also this would then be a play for multiple weeks if we are going to reach it. Of course, never say never. Price goes higher than you think, lower than you expect, as I always say, but that could be a target. Let's say surprisingly we would go to the downside and we're breaking this on the other side. Oh, that will be a negative. Then you're getting money deposited in your account if you want to have some BTC goes then to below zero. Okay, so that is absolutely not realistic. And like I said, I am not really looking at this pattern right now. You could also say that what we are trading in now in the last few weeks is actually something that looks a little bit like a triangle that is then like this. So the tops are approximately here, and then the bottom is still going a little bit higher. But like I said, I'm also really not looking at this. This is just so far been a very nice trading range, because we have been trading this now for quite some time, where we have a nice point of control, value area high, value area low, previous day open, close, you name it. And then these kinds of areas are just very nice for trading, because we have a very clear trading range. That is also what you're seeing so many times, and where I sometimes tell you exactly what kind of trades I'm taking or where I'm looking at. And especially when the price is just dumping or pumping like this, like crazy, that's nice. And if you're going short right here, then you're making a lot of money, which is great. But you don't want to always have these tremendous drops and then these tremendous rises, because what is then your trading range, you know? So that is then sometimes a little bit hard to determine. And believe it or not, this is also already quite the movement from the top to the bottom. We're talking here about 20%, so that is absolutely more than enough to make some nice trades. So again, we have here this this falling wedge on the very macro. Probably is going to break to the upside. Let's see if we get something of a relief rally. I'm letting go of all the targets, because I think this is too macro and there's just too many external factors that could move the price in a very different way than you expect, or not reaching the targets at all. And the time perspective is just too big on the time frame where we are right now, where everything is so sensitive. For today, you could say, you know what, I'm looking at this rising wedge, and of course, you know, my target rate to the upside and to the downside, like we said, is approximately at the top 2017. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Probably for the weekend I will have nothing open, because we're right now a little bit in the middle of that trading range. As you can see, we have some movement here to the upside, and we have some movement here to the downside before we hit both critical support and resistance on top and bottom. So not really an ideal place to have a trade open over the weekend. Alright guys, that will be it for now. Hope you like these kinds of videos and updates. If you do, then please show your appreciation by liking, subscribing, clicking the bell, clicking all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to check out me on Twitter and Instagram. Like I said, I posted trades from yesterday on Instagram, and on Twitter I will also post a few times a day. That will be it for now. Enjoy your weekend. See you next time. Bye bye.